Today, we're going to dive into a timeless fable that has a really powerful message. It's a story all about work, responsibility, and the surprisingly heavy price of trying to get out of both. So let's get right into it.
So this is the big question, right? This is at the absolute heart of the story we're about to tell. I mean, we all look for the easy way out sometimes, don't we? But this fable, it really makes you ask, what's the hidden price we're actually paying when we do that?
And this word, right here, kamchor, you're going to want to remember this one. It perfectly, and I mean perfectly, describes our main character. It means someone who is work-shy, lazy, basically a person who will do anything to avoid a little bit of effort. It defines her every move, at least at the beginning of our story.
Okay, so let's meet our protagonist. We're in a small village, and there's this mother goat who has one great passion in life, and it outweighs everything else, even the needs of her own hungry children. And that passion? It's sleeping. This is where all the trouble starts.
So this is Chimeli. Her kids are starving. They haven't even eaten since the night before. But to her, their cries for food are just an annoyance. They're an interruption to her precious sleep. So her first instinct isn't concern. It's irritation.
And just listen to this. She actually grumbles out loud, "These children have made my life miserable." I mean, wow. That's not just laziness, is it? That's a deep-seated resentment for the basic responsibilities of being a mom. So super reluctantly, she finally drags herself out to find food, complaining the entire time.
You know, this journey she's on, it's not really about finding food for her kids. It's a search for a handout. Chimeli is looking for a reward with absolutely zero work involved, and she's about to be put to the test.
And she immediately gets some perfectly fair opportunities. First, she's in an orchard, and a bull offers her food if she'll just help water the garden. She refuses. Next, a kind farmer named Haria offers her food every single day in exchange for some milk. Again, she refuses. And then she spots it. An unguarded field. No work, nobody watching. To her, this is it. This is the shortcut she's been looking for. And this slide just lays out her choice so perfectly. On one hand, there's a clear, honest path, a fair trade, security, and the satisfaction of work. But on the other hand, you've got the path Chimeli chooses, and it's driven by pure laziness and this feeling that she's entitled to get the reward without any of the effort.
So she eats until she's stuffed, steals some extra crops for her kids, and then immediately finds a shady spot to do her favorite thing, sleep. And in that moment, she feels so clever, you know? She thinks she's beaten the system, that her shortcut totally worked. But the real price for that meal? Oh, it's about to come due.
And right here, this is where the story takes a sharp turn. The farmer, a man named Chaman, he comes back to his field and he finds the theft, and he is not happy. Chimeli's short-lived victory is about to become a very long-term nightmare. Chuman finds her sleeping and ties her to a tree. She begs for mercy, but he's not having it. For 3 long days, she is trapped there, hungry and thirsty, paying the direct price for her theft. But her true punishment? That's only just beginning.
So while Chamelia is tied to that tree, you have to ask, what's happening back at home? Her children are all alone, just waiting for a mother who isn't coming back. And their hunger and their worry are just growing and growing.
And this part is just heartbreaking. Look at the kids' perspective. They know their mother's flaw. They even call her kamchor, work shy. But even with all her neglect, their love for her wins out. They get so worried that they decide to go out and find her themselves, walking straight into a very dangerous world.
So back at the farm, a little mouse feels sorry for Chimeli and chews through the rope, setting her free. She grabs some food and just bolts for home. But she's too late. The house is empty, her kids are gone, and you can just imagine that cold panic starting to flood in.
So she's in a desperate search, and she runs into Haria. Yep, the same farmer whose offer she had refused. He tells her, yes, he saw her children. They were hungry and scared, so he fed them. But after they left his farm, he saw a lion catch them. And in that one moment, her entire world completely shatters.
And this is her rock bottom. All the laziness, every single shortcut, it all comes crashing down on her. She finally understands the true cost. It wasn't just 3 days tied to a tree. She truly believes the price of her laziness was the lives of her children.
But you know, in fables, hitting rock bottom is often the very foundation you need to build a new beginning. This moment of just absolute despair, it becomes the catalyst for Chimeli's total transformation.
Just as she's given up all hope, she hears their voices. It's them! Her children are alive. They're okay. As it turns out, that same kind little mouse that freed her had also found her kids in danger and somehow managed to scare the lion away. The relief must have been just overwhelming.
And this moment right here proves that she learned a permanent lesson. It wasn't just a temporary scare. She goes straight back to the farmer Haraya and asks for the very job she had sneered at before, promising she'll work hard every single day to provide for her family.
So what do we take away from all this? Well, the story makes it pretty darn clear. Laziness always has a hidden cost. And a lot of times, it's paid by the people you love. You can't just avoid responsibility, you can only put it off. And that usually makes things way worse. At the end of the day, the fable tells us that true security, true happiness, that stuff is earned through effort. A hardworking person will always find a way. And that brings us right back to our opening question, but this time, it's for you. We just saw how the easy path led Chameli to the hardest place imaginable. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What small act of laziness today could be creating a much bigger problem for tomorrow? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for watching.